Today I'm with my friend Marcia. Marcia from Chile.
Chile.
And
Hello.
Marcia
Buenos
is...
días.
Buenos días, amigas.
Buenos días, amigos.
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien. ¿Y usted?
Chévere, gracias. ¿Y tú?
You have to update your
My
Spanish
Spanish?
words. You can say chido. Chido.
Chido.
Can you say chido like all the time?
Chido.
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 But this is like Mexican.
This video is about feeding hungry people in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Vancouver is a city of contrasts. It has some of the richest people in the world. They have plenty.
Good morning.
It also has some of the poorest people in the world, maybe on par with underdeveloped nations. Regardless, the issue today is not judging, is not coming to wrong conclusions. It's accepting the fact that this is a very complicated matter. I believe many bad policies have been made at all levels of government, but that's another video. Today, we want to tell a story about one organization, one group, some people that are actually making a difference in some people's lives every day by doing what they can with what they have to feed some people on a regular basis. So, if you're willing to watch the rest of this video, we're going to see what we can find out about feeding hungry people in Vancouver.
With the Heart Tattoo Society.
Heart Tattoo Society. Oh, that's...
We're here.
We're here?
There.
So this is...
The warehouse.
This is the warehouse. Okay, we can go in?
Yes.
Are we early?
Yeah, everybody.
Anybody here?
I almost look like, hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Are you Mackenzie?
Yes, I am.
I'm Danny.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Welcome to the Downtown Eastside Distribution Warehouse.
This is it.
Yeah.
How does it connect with the Heart Tattoo Society?
That's my partner in my own, own non-profit.
That's your non-profit?
Yeah.
And then this is part of that?
This is the space that we occupy.
Okay.
A bunch of different organizations share this space.
Oh, okay.
Toro, Overdose Prevention Society, Watari, Atira. Well, this isn't a tourist space, but we work pretty independently from Atira. Come on in.
So you began this how long ago?
The Heart Tattoo Society, we basically started at the peak of COVID, at the very start of it.
Okay.
Not in this space at all yet. We were doing everything out of our own house. We started out with Evan, not my own house, I should say. I started with Evan being a chef.
Okay.
COVID hit.
You had your own restaurant, or he had his own restaurant?
He was head chef of a restaurant.
Of a restaurant.
Yeah.
They were ordering food, but the food wasn't getting consumed? Was this part of the story?
Well, yeah, exactly. So like when COVID hit, lack of business affected,
Sure.
the food consumption. So all this food was going to go to waste. So we decided to make it into like soups and salads and whatever we could. I reached out to people on Facebook saying who lost their job, like who needs a meal.
Yes.
And I created a delivery route. I borrowed my mom's van and I just, they wanted to start a barbecue program. So we hopped on board with them and started doing meals, and they had organized like food donation drops once a week from a group called, I'm actually not 100% sure which the group is because there's so many.
Sure.
But they organized a big donation drop that we're still receiving every single Sunday. And that kind of sets us up for the barbecue. We make sure that all the ops locations get some food. All the excess that we can't really use but is still fine, we literally just drop it off at Pigeon Park. And
which is close by here.
Yeah, which is just like a half block down.
Okay.
and people will grab what. It's all food recovery.
We're at the corner of Hastings and
yeah,
Abbott.
We're between Abbott and Columbia, or Carroll and Columbia. Yes.
And for people that may be watching somewhere else in the world, this area literally has thousands of people living on the sidewalk and in parks. And
even when they are housed, it's not the greatest conditions. It's really not. I've actually worked in one of the SROs in the area. Cockroaches, bed bugs, rats, mice, and you'll get rowdy neighbors, of course, because there are people in active addiction.
National policies. But your interest, as I understand, please correct me if I'm wrong, is to feed people.
Yeah, and all through food recovery.
Food recovery.
Yeah, so all food that would otherwise go to waste. So the donations that I talk about, we get donations from many places at this point. Food Mesh, Food Runners, Food Stash, Costco, which is great. We got that at 6 months ago, and it was a game changer.
So you literally do agreements with distribution that are in the food chain.
Yeah, so this is all almost expired and imperfect foods, and maybe returned goods. It's funny because that's a motto that we've been using since the beginning, is we do what we can with what we have. Take a walk through the warehouse. As we go through, I guess I'll tell you what everything is. This whole space started out as a COVID PPE kind of distribution warehouse, so we still have a lot of COVID PPE. All these boxes you see in behind, they're well, with Heart Tattoo Society, with all our food stuff, we do 2 street side barbecues a week.
Oh, okay.
And at each barbecue, we do anywhere between 300 and 400 meals.
Wow.
And there's plenty of food programs in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And a lot of them are awesome, but the quality differs.
Okay.
So with Evan being a chef for many, many years.
Okay. He's a recognized chef in Vancouver.
Yeah, he's head chefed at a few places on Granville. The chefs on our team now, so they'll spend time making sauces and stuff. Oh, there's no fresh made sauces now, but still, we got a lot of stuff. We recently got a walk-in freezer. And harm reduction. So that would be things like clean needles, clean candles and cookers and things you need to use drugs.
So they help facilitate the safe consumption.
On that. Yeah. Do you want to chat with them?
Are they okay to be on camera?
They are cool with that.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
We're just making a YouTube about actually feeding people in Vancouver. And we're discovering that there's a lot of related issues.
Oh, for sure.
And Mackenzie was sharing that you all provide safe...
Harm reduction supplies. Yes.
Safe. This is a new term for me.
Oh, okay.
But now I understand it. And how is it funded? Is it...
by Vancouver Coastal Health.
Okay.
Mostly, yeah. Okay. And then First Nations Health Authority.
You have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
This is amazing. You didn't do this in 5 minutes.
It was 1 week.
It took 1 week. Are you doing it professionally on the side? Is it everything?
Well, 32 lines.
It's called 32 Alliance?
32 lines.
32 lines is your business on Instagram?
Lins.
Okay, and I'll put it in here by your picture. And thank you, girls. Thank you.
So that's Toro.
So you share this space?
Yeah, with multiple organizations.
Multiple, not just the two of you.
Yeah, Toro would be the main one though, because they're actually active in this space 5 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's Evan. Evan's my fiance.
The chef.
And he's
Evan, right on in here for the camera.
How you doing?
Good, I'm Danny.
Evan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're doing a good work.
Pre-COVID, I was an events coordinator, so when it comes to catering and coordinating things, that's where I am, and he's Mr. Chef, and he's good at coordinating things too.
Very cool.
Well, and in reality, all we're doing is catering.
Yeah, food recovery.
Food recovery and catering. You know, when you just having the know-with-all to gather what you need, go to a spot, be able to serve 300-400 in a shorter amount of time, and then go back without it completely draining you. That's takes some training.
Yeah.
You've been a chef most of your working career?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
How did you get into that?
I started when I was 11 years old at a little local pizza place.
Okay.
I was just slicing meats.
Right.
And then I briefly moved to a grocery store where I worked in the deli, a little small town deli. And then the chef of the diner next door was like, hey, we're low on cooks, you want a job? Like, sounds good. And by the time I was 16, I was the sous chef there. Of course, small town, but still have to work towards it. And 17, I was working at a bakery overnight while doing the lunch service and the dinner service and going to high school.
Okay.
And then once I was 18, I moved out here, went to culinary school, and
Where did you go to culinary school?
Art Institute of Vancouver.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then just worked the way up from there, all the way to chef of multiple places, head chef of a catering company, opening restaurants nationally for one group, and now we own our own nonprofit.
What in your life, for both of you, Evan, Mackenzie, when you reflect back, would have been somebody or something said that caused you to end up where you are today?
Probably Chef Patrick, the last chef I had.
Patrick, the last one.
Yeah.
Why would he have been instrumental in what you and why Chef Patrick?
Out of everyone, he's the one that pushed me the most and believed in me.
Patrick. And how about you?
You know, it's really just been him.
No, I don't see that in his eyes or in his posture.
No, but through all the changes, like when COVID hit, it was like me poking all the holes in the plan as to why it might not work, and him encouraging like to keep it moving forward.
You were working in a restaurant, you were working in event planning.
And for the same company, so we work together.
You work an item already.
Yeah.
On the way to sharing the rest of your life. You share now a dream and a passion that you have taken out of a bad time in our history, and now you are going to grow a business that has 2 barbecues a week.
Yeah, 2 barbecues a week, and right now a soup program, so that's 2,000 meals a week.
2,000 meals a week. Ask them how we can help, how you can help. You're watching this for a reason in your pajamas right now.
So, you know, distribution starting mainly in the downtown east side. Now we're doing SROs on Granville Street and pushing towards into the west end.
I'm hearing from these 2 wonderful people that money would be number 1 to help keep the operation running, with a target of 90+% going to actually feeding, caring for people. Number 2 is anybody that has influence on the distribution of food. Good food, almost expired, imperfect, they can use that and multiply it like Jesus did with the fish and the bread and make it go a long way, because we got a leading chef and we got an event planner. What a team. This is a good business if it were just a business, but it's so much more. It's giving people what they need to exist, to live. Number 3, I would think of a vehicle. If somebody wanted to donate a vehicle, if somebody has relationships with delivery. Why Heart Tattoo Society? Because you're pointing that at me?
Can I see? Because love is permanent.
Pardon me? Could you say that one more time?
Because love is permanent.
Love is permanent.
Yeah.
Heart Tattoo Society.
Like and subscribe.
It was really nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Evan. And Marcia, thank you for arranging this. Thank you for watching. Remember, there are things that you can do right now to make a difference in somebody's life. So do what you can with what you have. Right where you are, do something with this group. Heart Tattoo Society. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye. Let's put you in YouTube.
Yes,